What up, homies? JJ back here. SharpSide, RotoGrinders, Sports with Facts. It's all plays well here. Let me just copy the link into Twitter here. Is the chat roll working? Mike, what's going on, man? You guys can hear me, right? I'm always a little cautious on the microphone. I never really know if it really works. I think that's the link. So what's up, everybody? Will, what's going on? Joe, what up? Jeff, what's happening? You guys make any bets tonight? I know it was a short slate in baseball. Anybody bet anything? What up, Will? Checking in. Somebody needs to. The fuck? Pirates plus 120. I'll tell you what, Williams is a pretty good pitcher. I mean, the Pirates really got a hold of that kid tonight, bad, especially early. But wow, I don't blame you, Mike, for laying low. It was a tough night. Definitely a smaller baseball slate than usual. Real quick, before I go into any detail, what a sad story with Tyler Skaggs. I mean, Jesus, it's always sad. Like I remember Jose Fernandez. I'm sure most of you do. Kind of reminded what happened today with Skaggs. Kind of reminded me of Fernandez. Just tragic stuff. I mean, I know I get on here and joke a lot about a lot of stuff, but look, that's legitimately just awful news to hear. Hearts and prayers, thoughts and prayers go out to his entire family, and and friends. I'm sure that's really tough. It was a really good thing on Texas's behalf to cancel the game tonight. Just absolutely awful news. But I'll tell you what, it should be a lesson to all you guys. Make sure you're always telling your family, friends, that you love them. Maybe not your actual friends, but your friends that you don't like. But definitely family. Always tell them that you love them, because you just really never know. Life's crazy sometimes. Has it actually come out yet? What happened with Skaggs, or has it been has nothing been released yet? I know they said no foul play, but just kind of wild and really a shame. Jerry, what's going on, man? Like I said, just awful. So, all right. So how do we want to begin this? Do we want to talk the what's up, Gerardo? Do we want to talk the NBA? What's happened in the NBA recently? I know the NBA season doesn't start for another 4 or 5 months, but wow, the Knicks will never be good. Just write that down somewhere. File it away. They will never be good. Never again. It just reminds me the Patrick Ewing missed layup. And ever since then, it's been kind of like a complete downhill slide. Poor Knicks. The Nets come in here and pull a complete 180, picking up a bunch of players. I tell you what, I don't know why Durant made the announcement like, oh, I'm going to announce it on my own, on my own vlog or my own Instagram live. And then like Waj just kind of like, breaks the news. I would have loved to see Durant. In like a surgical chair, like with like one of those like screwed on things on his face, like they have in like the Saw movies. Just have him in one of those, like just kind of like laying back, just kind of like, I'm gonna pick the Brooklyn Nets, like, because that mofo is not going to be playing for another at least 10, 12 months. So just awful. Dante, I touched on Skaggs a bit earlier. Just awful news. I mean, quite frankly, it's really sad. Really sad to hear it. I know the details haven't come out yet, but regardless, just really awful news there. Yeah, Larry, the Knicks are definitely practically the Cleveland Browns. It's pretty awful. Dodgers fan. Well, I'll tell you what, you've had a few decent years over there. So if you're the Knicks right now, right? Like obviously I'm from Jersey, so I'm going to talk the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but if you're the Knicks right now, like who are you going after? Like what's even available? Like are you just like you're basically taking the scraps, right? Like you're going all out for shit players at this point. Nobody exactly. When they're trying to create a winning culture, agents come to is calling 2 tennis matches. Jerry, you know what it is? Like the tennis for me, it's always value. And I'll give you guys a tennis play on this video as well, along with a baseball one. What's up, Tony? But it's for me, it's all about value. Like I get these people that come on when I lose a few games, like, oh, what's going on or what's happening. Like it's all value for me. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But for me, long term, it's all about the value. Jim Dolan, he sucks. He sucks, by the way. He is awful at running a basketball team. The guy needs to really raise the white flag, throw in the towel. What's up, MS Law? Hey, Benny, how are you, bud? Guys, for those that don't know, Benny's over with Ghost Picks. Legit capper, love him. He's also got a personality, which is kind of rare in this space. You'll see a lot of dry guys, giving away sports picks on YouTube. Benny comes prepared with a personality. Loves that. I love that slingshot beginning the videos. Benny knows what I'm talking about. Biggest thing I got off the 101 video was how to make a larger profit percentage, juice plus. Yeah, so I mean, Jared, there was a lot of things you could have gotten off that video. That's definitely one of them. The less juice you could give, the better, especially long term. But again, it's all about value. Like you might like I tell people all the time, I rarely go above 135, and it's not because there's no value above 135. I don't go above 135, and I'm talking minus 135 juice. I don't go above 135 often just because it really hurts a bank. Like as you scale up, and what I mean by scale up, like as you pay for bigger favorites, right? So if you pay for you pay for minus 140, minus 145, minus 150, there needs to be bigger value in the minus 145s, minus 150s than there are on the minus 125s, because when you lose those minus 150s, that's a unit and a half to the bankroll. So like I'll see people all the time, like post picks on the gram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and like they won't even like talk about the price. They'll just like, oh, I picked this team, right? But the higher you climb on that scale, price wise, you're only screwing yourself in your bankroll. So always keep that in mind. That's really why I stick to 135. It's just kind of been a long-term experience for me that's what's worked. But again, there's still value that could be had at 150. There's still value that could be had at 180. There's still value that could be had at 240. But again, there needs to be more value at those prices to make them work. Tennis is the easiest. Tennis is the edgiest sport ever. I don't care what anybody says. So Jack, you know what it is? Tennis goes up and down. So there's no sport like it in regards to the swings. I mean, you can literally blink. You can go from, and it's not like, and I don't mean like soccer. Like I know you could score a goal in soccer and it swings a line, 300, 400 vig, right? Or 400 pennies, we'll call them. But in tennis, it's so different. You could be winning. Everything's going good. The ship's sailing. And then all of a sudden, your player, your guy or your gal just completely loses control, loses a serve, loses another serve, drop a set. Next thing you know, you were basically counting your money, and now you're drawing dead. It's kind of wild. Live betting tennis is unlike anything else you'll probably ever see. Big shout out to Mohegan. I just cashed. Benny, where are you from? Are you from Jersey or New York? PA. Yikes, the sticks. You guys make out with your cousins there too. You know what, I say that for Pennsylvania. It's more of like a South Carolina. It's more like a South Carolina thing. Tony, I didn't mean that towards you. I only meant it towards Benny. I didn't realize more than one person here was going to be from PA. The whole cousin thing, the whole cousins banging isn't really all in PA. I will say though, Scranton. How close are you to Scranton? Because at least Scranton's popping. Like my mom lived in Archbald, PA. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. It's about 25 minutes from Scranton. And it's you know what it is? I'm sure you guys watched The Office, right? Which, by the way, wasn't really filmed in PA, but it definitely appeared like it was. What a great show! Like I hear people all the time, like, "Oh, how could you watch The Office over and over again?" The show gets so overrated or people just blow it too much. By the way, that's the best show hands down in the history of comedy. Like there's no show that's ever going to compare to it. Not even a close second. Wow, two people from PA, Harrisburg. Benny, you know where Archbald is? It's like a little shit town somewhere. I don't even freaking know. She doesn't. My mom retired at Tom's River now, but I don't even remember where that shit is. Erwin, what's going on, brother? So back to tennis. So the Wimbledon. By the way, for those that bet tennis today, holy shit, was there a lot of upsets. Like if you were a dog guy, and don't get me wrong, I know it's the Wimbledon. It's a championship, a champion tourney, but like, wow, was there a lot of upsets today, especially big ones. Like I was surprised. Like I knew Tsitsipas was going to be, was going to struggle a bit today. I didn't think. Like I know he was like minus 1,200, but you couldn't have paid me to bet him today. But it was surprising to see him go down, Zverev go down. Just like a lot of big favorites. Venus lost Venus lost to like a Disney Channel kid. I mean, that chick's not even a freshman in high school. But look, good for her. Is it easier for you to cap Wimbledon than a minor tournament? No, absolutely not. I'd rather cap a tournament in Pakistan than a tournament than the Wimbledon. You know what it is like Wimbledon and Roland Garros. All the big ones. The lines are tighter. You get the only thing you really got to do with the bigger tournaments is let the public money come in, because these tournaments are bet a lot more than the public than the other ones. But also keep in mind the lines are going to be more sharp in tournaments like this than they will be, for other tournaments. Like, they don't give a shit about the little small satellite tournaments. But the difference is that you'll get a bunch of players who will skip out on a bunch of tournaments, but will play obviously in this one. Now this one's on grass. So you always got to be looking at the guys that play good on grass. And the play I'm going to give you a little later on the tennis end is definitely a guy that's one of the best on grass, and it's a good price tomorrow. But like, it's just the same thing with clay, like Nadal on clay. Nobody beats him on clay. Djokovic on grass. By the way, Djokovic, his path now over the next 3 games, considering Zverev lost, who did I say? Tsitsipas lost, and I forgot the other guy that lost. That was on his side today. Monfils. Since those 3 lost, his path to the championship is he's basically going to be in cruise control. He's going to play nobodies and get there. So it's good for him. You like Querrey tomorrow, Leonard? You know what? Querrey came off a big tournament. It was surprising to see him kind of get shellacked as much as he did in the tournament on Sunday. Trying to think, who did he play? The kid, the Fritz, the kid with the big serve. So Fritz is a pretty big favorite tomorrow. John, Osaka going down. Osaka's been a head case since she started to. She's basically banging her trainer or some shit. I don't even know if that's true, but it definitely seems like it. Since she swapped trainers, and again, I think she's banging them. Since then, she's been a complete head case. She can't keep her shit together. Like, it's so silly, because when she's on her game, there's no one that can beat Osaka. There's no one. I don't care what you tell me. I know Burton's, when she's on her shit, she's good, and Barty's obviously coming to life here. But there is nobody on their game that has the serve that Osaka does and the forehand. There is nobody that can beat Osaka when she's on her game. But she's a mental head case right now. She's all over the place. Anyone else on San Fran tonight? Let me see. I know that total was 8. I think I didn't bet the game. It kind of seemed like a spot to really stay away from for me. Question. I live in Vegas, so I have access to all books. However, I'm about to deploy for 6 months right to be an NFL college. What offshores does everyone recommend? I mean, back in the day, obviously it used to be Bookmaker, but I don't follow offshore anymore, so I couldn't really tell you. I'm hoping somebody else in here could give better advice in that regard, because I definitely couldn't tell you either way. What was I going to say? Oh, so back to NBA. Outside of the Nets, who do you guys think? And I'm seeing now that Kawhi is probably going to end up in LA. How crazy is that? Like, there were people that basically shitted on the Lakers for going after LeBron, but like, you don't realize, like, it's not just LeBron. Like, LeBron brings people. Like, it's like, it's just it's wild. And now it's Anthony Davis. Now, granted, Davis, trips on a, he gets a hangnail and he's out for 2 weeks, but you got Davis, you got Kawhi, you got LeBron. I mean, and I'm sure they'll get all these bunch of other side pieces. I think they just got Wayne Ellington, if that even matters. But like, that team, it's just unbelievable. But 98-0. Nah, they'll easily lose a bunch of games, because LeBron doesn't take the regular season serious anymore. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy, and Kawhi is we'll see how well he plays with a bunch of studs. But other than that, I'll tell you what, Georgie, it looked like some people definitely think Kawhi's going to LA, but we'll see when Wayne Ellington matters. But as I said, like, LeBron brings these people. Like, he'll get these cheapie guys that wind up being really good long term, which is ultimately what really matters. So back to the Wimbledon. I know there's a bunch of matches tomorrow. By the way, two of the matches I'm really going to be interested in, not really betting wise. Kyrgios. I forgot who he's playing tomorrow, but Kyrgios and Nadal both play separately tomorrow. If both of them win, they're going to play each other. I don't know how much you guys know about Nick Kyrgios and Nadal, but Nadal can't stand Nick Kyrgios. Kyrgios is First of all, Kyrgios is must-watch TV. I don't care if you don't even enjoy tennis. The guy is must-watch TV for tennis. He completely loses his shit every time he's on the court. He was mid-match, his last match. He was up a break, okay? Up a break. He served the ball that he thought was on the line. They couldn't review it. I think it might have been on clay. They couldn't review it. He got pissed off, blew the serve completely, walks off the court, slams his racket, kicks his bag in the air, takes a chair, throws it onto the court, shakes the other player's hand, walks off, goes home. I mean, the guy is just a complete head case, but really fun to watch. And he's going to be playing Nadal, and Nick Kyrgios is somewhat of a legend killer. His record is tremendous against really good players like Kyrgios, like Nadal, like Federer. So definitely look out for that, because that'll be a good one for sure. So baseball tomorrow. Has anybody done any research for tomorrow? Anybody look at any of the games? I know I've looked at a few. I have one play that I like. Actually, I have one play that I really like tomorrow. Let me just look real quick. So basically every line's out. I got to assume some of you guys. The one line that really sticks out to me, and it's not going to be a game I'm going to bet because I don't really have it as favorable. But how about Paxton minus 143 at the Mets? To me, that is wildly low. I mean, I get it. Like, Wheeler's good. But wow, does that Mets lineup, does that Yankees lineup not have any holes? You seem like I was just mentioning that. Like, to me, doesn't it seem like Paxton's a little too cheap? Just at first glance, like, I get it. Wheeler's good, but I mean, holy shit! Like, the Yankees hit everybody. Like, it doesn't. And Wheeler, I wouldn't consider Wheeler like a stud. I mean, Wheeler's good, but he's not like Verlander good. And I'm seeing the total now 8.5. Now, granted, you could make the argument that the Yankees might be doing a little bit of jet lag in this one, right? Like coming back, you worry. I know that they had a day off, but you start to worry like, oh, well, long flight, day off. Paxton kind of sucks now. Maybe it's an overreaction, but there's probably a little bit of value on the Mets. But I got to be honest, like, if you're betting the Mets, how are you going to bet the Mets right now? Yankee money's going to roll in. It's going to be the people who come home from work tomorrow, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? They pick up the kids or take the kids home, meet the wife, and then they log in, they see the Yankees minus 140. They're going to be like, what? The Mets suck. The Mets bullpen sucks. I'll lay 140 all day. So a lot of public money is going to roll in on the Yankees. That's why I mean, like, look, you might get sharp money from the Mets that keeps it there, that keeps it at the price. But all in all, like, to me, if you're going to bet the Mets, wait, because you'll definitely get a better price. Now, the thing is, if you're going to back the Mets, you got to realize that you practically need Wheeler to go 7 innings for you. And the problem is that when Wheeler's off, he is so off. So if he kind of walks a few guys, loses his control a bit, and this becomes a Mets bullpen game, woof. That's going to be an easy loser. But like I said, the value is probably going to be on the Mets. If you can wind up getting like plus 150, value is probably going to be on the Mets. But you gotta wait. You can't sit there and just play the Mets tonight thinking you're going to get the best number. Again, it could happen, but a lot of people are going to back the Yankees. What's up, Greg? How you been, bud? Yankees run line. I'm not really a run line guy, so I can't really, confirm or deny that. But again, for me, the value play there is going to be on the Mets, but definitely sit on that. It's 200. I got to be honest, Georgie. I don't think it's going to get that high, but it'll move off of the current spot at 140. I'll tell you what, the game I really like tomorrow, and I know it's never really a popular one, but that's kind of like how I am and how I kind of approach things. The bet I'm going to like tomorrow, or the bet I actually already made, was once this line came down a bit, the St. Louis Cardinals, right now I'm seeing minus 134 at a bunch of sports books here in Jersey. Behind Jack Flaherty, get the Mariners tomorrow. Now, I know. You see, so we just faded. Now I know the Cardinals have been a team I've kind of been backing over the last few games because you guys know me, right? I stay in my lane. I don't really venture out and bet teams that I haven't bet in a while, like unless it's like the spot's really advantageous. I typically stay with the same teams. A lot of my bets I've been looking at, you'll kind of see me, and you guys see this. Like I kind of bet the same team 3 times out of 5 or 5 times out of 7. I don't mean the same team specifically. I mean the same game, right? So for me, the bet tomorrow is going to be the Cardinals at minus 134. I'm also saying I see minus 135. This line is way too small. like I'm saying, like, and I always tell people this, like the biggest line you're going to get in favor of you in most games, unless some type of crazy public money comes in, is about 20 cents, right? This game at minus 135 to me is easily 20 cents off. This line should be minus 155 Cardinals. No second guesses about it. Flaherty's been awful recently, though, and that's really what's kind of driving people against him, right? But the Cardinals get a spot in the American League here. I know Ozuna's out, or Ozuna might be out for a while, but when you compare these two teams together, and they're going against pronounce his name, Caracidi tomorrow. So is there a lot of data on that kid? Let me see. Give me a second, guys. Caracidi let me see 1 second. So Caracidi is he's making his debut tomorrow? AAA kid? Got that correct? Could be wrong. Anyone? Bueller? All right, so I think so. Caracidi is making his debut tomorrow. Let me just pull up his AAA numbers for you guys, just so I can give you guys a little bit of backing. See this? We're doing live handicapping process here. I mean, look, I got to be honest. I already bet the Cardinals. I just don't have the information off the top of my head. So Caracidi is going to be a bullpen guy. Okay, so he's more or less been awful. Now, for me, it's not so much him. To me, it's time to start backing Flaherty. Now, I get it. The Flaherty's been bad. Tough to back. I think if I pull up his numbers with his ERA for this month, it's not gonna be all that appetizing. His ERA for the month of June has got to be over 7, right? Yeah, it's 7. So his ERA for the month of June is 7.01. He's just been awful, and he's coming off a really awful start. But you guys know me. Like, I always like to target pitchers and spots off of awful performances where maybe some things shouldn't have been what they were. So for me, Flaherty gets a Seattle team that shouldn't have much experience against him. I mean, should have very little. Let me see. Yeah. So Tom Murphy's had 2 at-bats and Domingo Santana's had 1 at-bat. So this team hasn't seen him much. Now, again, for me, you could make the argument, okay, well, Flaherty's an unconfident pitcher, right? Flaherty just isn't what he maybe once was, or isn't what the season started. He's a good pitcher. I don't care what anybody says. His ERA is what it is. It's a little inflated now. He's a good pitcher, and tomorrow's a great time to start jumping back on the Flaherty bandwagon, okay? You got an adjustment there, an adjustment in the line here where people are now all of a sudden back in Seattle, which is blasphemy to me. Again, ride the price with Flaherty, minus 134. Don't price climb though. Like, I can't guarantee where that line's going to go from here. But like, if it goes to like minus 150, just stay off it. But again, lock in 135, grab that, and we'll hopefully take that to the bank. Now, for tomorrow, what else are you guys betting? Do you have any questions on any games tomorrow? Where's your heads at for tomorrow? Because I know it's a pretty big slate for a Tuesday. Again, I'm only going to have the one baseball play because I'm going to give you 2 tennis. I already gave you the 1 tennis on Twitter, and I'll give you another tennis in a bit on here. But for me, where are your heads at for some of the games tomorrow? So, Joey, you like New York? I'll tell you what, if you're going to bet, if you like New York, I would bet them ASAP. That line, it has to assume it's only going to go north. Good to see you online. Your picks are good, man. Thanks, Jase. Who was the tennis pick? So I gave the tennis pick on the Twitter. Q Wang, minus 1.5 sets, minus 115. How can you bet the Angels after this? Well, I'll tell you what, Jerry. And it's almost like an interesting spot because if you bet the Rangers tomorrow, you're just an asshole. Like, you need the Angels tomorrow. You got to assume you're going to play inspired baseball tomorrow, right? I mean, shit, you're going to want to play motivated for Skaggs. I didn't really touch. I'm not really touching that. The numbers don't really make sense, and I'm sure I can't go back. I can't go back historically and be like, oh well, when this happens, when this tragic event happens, here's the numbers. But more or less, if you bet the Rangers, you're a douchebag tomorrow. So let's see what we got here. So I know so some of you guys like the Yanks, some of you guys like the Mets, which I kind of like. I kind of like the back and forth. It kind of makes it fun in that manner. But again, it's all about playing the numbers. So make sure you're leveraging. And again, you got to realize at minus 140, a lot of people are going to bet the Yanks. So probably you're not going to get much of a better price than that. And I can't assume. I mean, how could the price get much better than that with the Yankees, especially with the way they're hitting? Again, the only thing you can really argue is really the jet lag thing with them. But outside of that, there's not really much. Now, theme, Scott, what's Dominique's price tomorrow? I haven't looked at the theme line. I assume it's probably big. What's his price tomorrow? He wants it. He don't want. Hey, look, he crushes lefties. Won't be a bad idea. So see, Georgie. So Kawhi to the Lakers. Okay, so teams minus 190. Let me take a look. Who's he even playing? I got to be honest. There's certain games I look at. Like I don't like to bet a lot of big names early in tournaments, just because again a lot of their lines are inflated. People know the big names. Typically, lay a lot of big lines with names. Now, team's a great clay player. It's not so much as good on grass. He's playing Query. Wow, that's a good one. Holy shit, that's a good one. You know what? That's an awful that's an awful spot for team. Like him having to draw Query there, who's playing great, who's serving great. Wow, that's an awful spot for him. Yeah, that's definitely a lay it off spot for me. What's up? What's up, Julian? What's up, Robert? So again, for me, I can't justify playing team there because Query has been so hot. Now he ran into a bulldozer in Fritz in that final where Fritz was just unconscious. Like Fritz upset Edman, right? And then he obviously upset Query. But I think he even had an upset before that. Fritz is just serving like a mother right now. Now, the problem is, what's up, KJ? The problem is, have a good one, Benny. The problem with Fritz now, like that line opened, by the way, for those that decide to jump on the Fritz bandwagon tomorrow, which I think now he's like minus 240. Do I have that right? He opened at minus 160. You'd be fucking crazy to bet Fritz right now. Because if you had bet him at open, he was minus 160. You're gonna sit there now, lay 240. Wouldn't be out of your mind. Now, granted, he could win, of course. He probably will win, but like you can't lay. You can't. It's a numbers game, guys. You can't just jump on. You can't jump on crazy prices like that. Don't mind me. I'm just having a drink out of my Alpha lemon cup with a lemon inside it. By the way, you guys see these like fucking carbon straws? I don't know. The missus bought them, so I've been using them. Better than regular straws, I guess. If you ain't drinking water with a lemon out of a lemon glass, probably fucking pee sitting down or stick shit up your ass. I don't even know. What other now do you guys because I always get confused. Like the reason why I don't do the tennis videos is because I don't feel like when I do the tennis videos, nobody really watches them. Like people watch the baseball videos. Like people like the baseball videos. I'm not saying you guys don't like the tennis videos, but like for the most part, tennis just isn't as popular yet. Now, not saying it will or won't be. Now, granted, maybe Wimbledon will be a lot more popular if I did videos there. But like tennis is a sport you guys need to be betting. I mean, it's a sport with plenty of edge. It's a sport that offers tremendous amount of hedge value and bet value live. You'd just be crazy not to at least entertain the idea of betting it. What do you think of Pirates tomorrow? Musgrove versus Kendricks. First of all, I can't fucking stand Musgrove. So to me, it's a no game for me regardless. Have a go on, Tony. For me, it's a no game for me regardless. I can't bet Musgrove in any scenario. Now, I get it. See, the problem is, though, is Hendricks is a mutt, especially on the road. He's coming back off injury. Kind of tough to grab there. Like I can't. To me, that game's just an off spot. If I was to give you, yeah. So, Mike, I could do some video. Like I said, I could do some videos on tennis. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But again, there's a lot of people that kind of break down tennis and like always like, oh well, this guy's forehand is going to be so much. It's going to be so frustrating for the other guy, or this chick's serve is going to bother the other chick. Like tennis is all about finding holes inside the numbers. And again, you got to find value with prices. It's just like baseball. Like there's no spread. I mean, yeah, you could lay games, right? Which a lot of people do. But like if you're just talking money line and picking, it's all about finding holes in lines. Much like I did today with the 2 Twitter posts. You don't. People just chase steam in a lot of sports. Like, oh my buddy, all the sharps are on this. All the sharps are on this side. We got to bet this side. Oh, I know 50 guys who are betting this. Look how much money's coming in on this side. We got to bet this side. And by the time you bet that side, you're 20 cents off. You're 25 cents off. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I get it. It could win, right? The sharps could be right. But keep in mind, the sharps are on a number. They're on a small price, not on a big price. Straw might look good, but how you clean it? Running water ain't exactly. A good dog tomorrow. Jerry, are you talking like baseball or tennis? What are you talking? Hey, Troy, what's happening? Buy you a table and ship it to your house so I can get rock hard to the scent of your screw. I'll tell you what. Maybe KJ might be referencing this. Like I had to put together what did I have to put together a few months ago? Shit, what did I have to put together? I can't even remember. Fucking the wife came home with some bullshit. Does that piss you guys off too? Like, I assume some of you are married, maybe most of you married. I don't know, whatever. I don't judge. But the wife comes home with like something for you to put together. Like, there's some people that get like rock hard at the thought of like, oh, I get to put this shit together. I can't fucking wait. Unleash the screwdrivers. Oh, the Phillips. Let me take out the hammer. Like, bro, no. Like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to put anything together. Like, I want to come home, watch a baseball game, whack off on the walls. Like, that's the shit I find fun. I don't want to be Bob the Builder for 3-4 fucking hours, build something from cheap ass IKEA. I'm trying to think, what the hell was that? Oh, it was the new dining room table with, it was a bench and 4 chairs. She also bought a vanity set for me to put together. It's all bullshit. I fucking can't stand building things. I want to put a rum and coke together. Great runner. Thanks, Cry Laughter. Any cars and manual. Exactly. Let's get out the Phillips. I tell you what, I just, to me, it's all nonsense. I fucking can't stand putting shit together. That'll never change. Like I have a landscaper do my lawn. Snow people do the fucking snow when it comes. It's all nonsense. It's so frustrating. And like she'll be like, oh, why do you have to pay a landscaper? Why can't you do it? Like, bro, I don't want to be out there like sweating my balls off with a lawnmower like I'm 60, shirtless, because I have nothing better to do. Like I have so much better things to fucking do with my time. Okay, so Tigers tomorrow. What's that line? Okay, so the Tigers behind Boyd. I don't mind it. I will tell you, Ronaldo Lopez is a little better than people think. But I think that's a spot. See, -129. I'd have to pull up my numbers to see, but that's, to me, that price is a little steep to back Boyd in that spot. But and as Greg mentioned, they're not bad against lefties, and Boyd can be hit. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's having a great year, and a lot of his great year is really due to the better pitching coach from Detroit, and they have better catchers that frame. I mentioned this. I mentioned this on the live video last week. Like, I don't think people. Excuse me. There's that Ajita again. I don't think people realize how important catchers are to a pitcher. Like the way they frame a game and call a game, like to me, it's hands down probably the second. Obviously, the pitcher's got to have his stuff for the day, and obviously the ump's got to be calling. But like a catcher can really make a bad pitch look good, or a good pitch look bad. So and Detroit's got a lot of those good framers. So that's why I think that's a decent reason for why Boyd's had better success. But as for Lopez, yeah, the xFIP of 5.67. What's his Sierra, Joey? I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but either way, for me, it's a tough price to back Boyd at there. I know it'll be probably somewhat of a chalky play, but I can't do it. I can't do it myself. Let me ask you this: how many of you guys, and feel free to chime in here, how many of you guys are regularly betting parlays? Like regularly. Be honest. Don't hide behind the fence like in your camouflage. Come out of the closet. I bet parlays. I'm a degenerate. How many of you guys bet parlays? David, no way. All right. Almost every time. This fucking straw's annoying now. I do for sure. Guilty. Now, when you bet parlays, I know you guys like a book. Now, I don't know you guys specifically. Like, I don't know your social security numbers. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention it. Like, when I come jump on the video, when you guys enter this chat, 3 things you need to drop. Your name, which I know your screen name might be your name. If your screen name's your name, I don't give a shit. Drop your name, your social security number, and your dick size. Oh, it's your non-erect dick size. Being erect doesn't count. And if you're black, you're not even in the contest because that's just not even fair. All right, so you guys bet a lot of parlays, tennis parlays. Hold on before you even tell me who you bet. I can almost promise you this is what you guys do. You look at a slate, right? You look at a slate. Okay, who's the this is just for the parlay guys. Just for the parlay guys. You look at a slate and you're like, okay, who are the best minus 200 favorites I could couple together, right? Because if you couple 2 minus 180 favorites or 2 minus 200 favorites, practically pays 1-to-1, right? Or a little over 1-to-1. It almost pays like a teaser, right? So I bet you a lot of you guys are doing that. That's really the biggest problem is that, first of all, parlays are always minus EV, but for the most part, when you guys bet parlays, like you guys are going all about it wrong. Like you guys are looking for favorites to bet parlays with. Like that's just how it goes, right? Like you're not like if you're taking 4 big favorites, I always tell those people, if you're going to bet 4 big favorites for parlays, instead of betting 4 big favorites that you searched the whole night for, right? You searched the whole night for your picks, and then you somehow landed on the Yankees at minus 300, right? Because your research is so so next level. What you should be doing is instead of 4 favorites, 2 dogs, 2 dogs, 2 dogs, because those two dogs will be so much better for you than the 4 favorites. Now, on that sports video, you said never bet them. Now, Georgie, I got to be clear. I don't bet parlays. I'm not insane. I'm not telling you guys to bet parlays. My message is for the guys who are never going to stop betting parlays. Because here's the thing, Georgie. There's going to be you have your people, you have your recreational guys, your guys that just want the rush, right? Maybe you make a $10, $15 parlay, hoping to turn a little toothpick into a Louisville Slugger, right? But maybe that's what you do every day. Maybe you're somebody that bets $2. Maybe you're somebody that bets $2 12-team parlays, right? So you're just kind of hoping to hit that like pick 8. I mean the pick 6, right? So that you can go away and move, buy a sailboat and move far away. But like, what I'm trying to tell you guys is if you're somebody who's never going to stop betting parlays, like ever, okay? Instead of betting the 4 favorites, the 5 favorites, the 6 favorites, bet 2 underdogs, small underdogs, maybe plus 125, plus 135. Yeah, sailboat, like like Nina, like Christopher Columbus. So like Vegas Day, like I saw him make a post. I saw Vegas Day make a post yesterday, or what was it? Where he's like, I'm 47-0 in my straight bets and parlays. I mean, that's just funny. Like at this point, I can't even take the guy serious anymore. But I say this all the time, like about Vegas Dave, because I don't ever shitbag touts or handicappers. I'll give him shit sometimes just because he's just bad for the industry. Like it's guys like him that kind of make other people become bad and in this industry. And I don't mean bad at picking and making bets. I mean just like what he does, the chest pounding and the blocking people and crying when he loses. Like to me, it's so bad for the industry. And like when he says things like I'm 47-0 my straight bets and parlays, I'm at a point now where I just fucking laugh at it. Like it's funny. I mean it's comical. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And like. And to me, I respect what he's become. Now, granted, he's fucking people over left and right. But at the end of the day, I mean, look, he's hustling, he's doing his thing. So many people despise him, but look, at the end of the day, the guy's making money somewhere. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess that's what matters. But 47-0, and the sad thing is that there are suckers. Exactly. That's why I said it's bad for the industry because the more he moves to the front or the front line, the more you're going to see, of these other people that think it's okay to act like that. And the problem is that, look, this industry's hard. Like there's a lot of grinding that goes into this. There's a lot of bad beats that go into this. And the big thing is again, you gotta just pull emotion out of it, stay calculated. And, look, long term, you'll be all right, but you can't really harp on the losses. It reminded me of something. My dad, I think he's on his last, what, 5 games? Is it 5 games? He's 1-4 in his last 5 games, I think, something like that. And like I've had people reach out to me, like message me, like, hey, how about you split the game, right? Like, how about you split? Because if you take your dad's plays off your channel, your record's probably still up at 66%, maybe even 67%. But what people don't realize is, first of all, it's a long season, okay? There's only one person in this world, I would not put money in to challenging in a baseball handicapping competition. And it would be my father. You see, there's nobody who's been better than him long-term at handicapping baseball. And granted, he may come on here and he may act like this guy that sometimes doesn't know what he's talking about. And he doesn't, because, he's funny. He's a funny guy. But I can promise you, there's nobody that knows baseball more than him off the cuff. Okay. Now, granted, there's people that, could maybe research for hours and be part of an R&D department and crunch numbers for days. But there is no one that handicaps that sport off feel better than him anywhere. You won't find it. So there's things he sees in lines. That just people don't realize. So like he loses a few games and people start jumping off the ship. Fine. See ya. Because when he's back on the ship, we don't want you. But like we're gonna for me, and again, this isn't a competition. Like I'm not challenging him at anything. If I separate our records, it becomes a challenge. And there's no challenge. We work together. I talk with him 5-6 times a week. I mean, for a tournament like Wimbledon, we talk every day. About, matchups, what price makes the most sense for plays, who to bet. Like we talk all the time. So to me, it's more or less, it's never going to change. And, again, for the people that are like, oh, he's lost a few games, it's time to start fading him. I mean, you're more or less naive because he's the best that's out there. How much do I bet per game? 1K is my unit size, Dante. So for me, if I'm risking on a dog, I'm risking 1K. If it's a favorite, I'm betting to win 1K. So it's always, for me, my unit size is 1K. I don't ever do the 2-unit nonsense. And that's another thing while I'm on the topic. Like if you ever see these people that are like 3 units, 5 units, 10 units, they can suck my balls. Like that shit, it's not even real. Like, because what happens is you go like 3-0. Like if you have 4 plays, 3 of them win and they're 1 units, but your 5-unit banger lost. So you lost for the day. You won 3 games and you lost for the day. So, I mean, like, I never understood it. Like, oh, here's my play of the decade or my play of the year, my 5-star play. This play can't lose. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all fluff. Don't get yourself twisted, folks. This is a difficult industry. Don't ever get caught in the fluff that's filled inside it. And yeah, exactly. 1 of 5. You take your dad's bad tennis play. Gave us the last live. Oh yeah, you're right. But that's the thing. Like I said, to me, it's all. Again, he's the best you'll find. So, but he does things in short samples. But it's almost like why he said it in the video. Like he could be 9-1 in his last 10 plays, but he does a video on a Wednesday night, or he does a video on a Tuesday night. He's whipping out Wednesday play, and it loses, and people want to crucify him. But that's the thing. Like we give limited plays. I mean, like if I give 3 plays for the day, typically that means I'm betting 5. If I give 1 play for the day, typically I'm betting 2 or 3. I give you guys a fraction of what I bet. And he's basically doing the same thing. So that's ultimately. But one of these days, maybe I'll hit you with that 100-unit hammer. Where I just drop my nuts on the table and give you that 100-unit hammer. How far do you think Sharapova goes in Wimbledon? I think so. For me, Sharapova, she's another one of those players that, like, when she cares, like she'll go far. I don't think she's at a point now where she can really beat any of the top players. But again, for me, it's all about motivation. I just don't know. I don't know how motivated she is for a tournament like this. I mean, granted, you would assume everybody's just as motivated, right? How could you not be motivated for the Wimbledon? But to me, she's a tough player to back. And as you guys know, the 3 players I won't be betting or touching: fucking Bucktooth Madison Keys, the chick with the 2x4s for front teeth, Sloane Stevens, fucking can't stand her, and who's the other one? I said it on the other video. Who's the other chick I can't stand? Madison Keys, Sloane Stevens, and Sabalenka. Fuck that whore. God, she's annoying. And you know what I mean? To me, it's not even that I don't like them. Like they're the most talented. They're 3 of the most talented players in women's tennis. you bet their games, and they're in cruise control, and all of a sudden they just jump into the Grand Canyon. Like, I don't know what happens. Like, they just kind of lose it. They don't get they can't get up for like the little matches. So for me, I never bet those matches, and to me it's wild. Barty is an animal, Rod. She is so good, and she kind of like, I don't want to say she like came out of nowhere, but she's been great. You know what it is too? There's been a lot of young talented chicks that just kind of that have just kind of been getting hurt. Who's the one chick with a V? I can't fucking think of her name. I want to say not Vandrusova. The young chick who beat Kerber in a tournament a few months ago, pissed Kerber off. God, I can't think of her. Thanks, Greg. I can't. What's the chick's name? Fuck, the chick that beat Kerber a few months ago. A lot of people like her. I can't think of her name. Either way, how about Venus Williams today losing? I know we briefly mentioned it. Anna Masova was good, but that's not who I'm thinking of, Drew. I can't think of her name. Either way, Venus Williams today losing to that chick that was ranked 300, the 15-year-old. I watched a few tennis documentaries over the last few months, and I think the youngest chick ever to enter Wimbledon was a 12-year-old. I can't think of her name, but this chick's young, but she's not the youngest to ever enter Wimbledon. Coco represent Atlanta. She looked good. I didn't get to watch the match, but she seemed like she kind of cruised, which was kind of good to see. Potapova, that was a bit of a stressful match, especially if you bet Potapova. Bekic's good. I like Bekic. Obviously, Kiki Bertens is great. Coming into this tournament, though, the chick that really looked motivated coming in, Pliskova. I mean, wow, she looked great in the tournament she just won, where she just basically taint slapped Kerber. Kerber, who also looked good. Kerber always plays good on grass, but it's really been good. George never bet women because emotions are all over the place. Yeah, it's a tough sport. I took that chick that beat Osaka today. You know what it is, Rod? She just beat. I think you're talking about Punetsova. She just beat Osaka. I told you, like Osaka, to me, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. Pound for pound, she's the most talented player in women's tennis. But she's, I don't know. Again, must be banging her trainer. Her head's just not in it, which is a shame. The other Pliskova sister gets a ton of aces. She's a mutt though. Like, you know what, Ray? Like the other Pliskova, I mean, I can't bet her. She's too stressful. Let me ask you something, Ray. You ever accidentally bet the other Pliskova sister thinking it was the other one? Like, I remember my dad called me. I think it was like, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. He was like, Jay, you'll never guess what kind of fucking dumbass I am. I saw a line, Pliskova plus 300 versus Kerber or whomever. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding. What kind of idiot line is this? Bang, crushes it at plus 300. And then realized it was the wrong Pliskova. Look, let me tell you something, folks. It happens to everybody. But Petrick Tova versus, you know what, Jaberu, I think that's how you pronounce it. Is that how you pronounce it? Kitova versus Jaberu rolled her ankle in her last match. She still won. Should show you how bad the chick was that she was playing. I'd be a little concerned about how fully healed she is, because she looked bad when she rolled it. I don't know if you guys watched the match she was in. But she won that match. It was only like one more game she needed to win. She won that match and then retired and then dropped out of the tournament. But I tell you what, she looked good and she looks good. But I'd be a little worried about that ankle. I'm not sure how healed that is. So tennis, sell my gal out for the night out for who tomorrow? This guy is very well spoken. Why don't you just be a lawyer? You know what the good part about Derek is? Derek will always come in and give you that comment, that shit comment that you'll have like, oh, good comment. Derek's like, you suck testicles. And then it's like, good comment. So I can always appreciate Derek coming in, giving that truth serum. Somebody has to. Okay, so the tennis play for tomorrow. I just want to look at the line. I want to make sure I give you guys the line, not the line I bet, the line that it actually is, because I know you guys always will need actual legitimate line versus the early line I bet. But the match is going to be the match between Tiafoe and Fognini. So right now, you can get Tiafoe minus 1 135. To me, all day, every day. Tiafoe minus 135 versus Fognini. Tiafoe is one of the better grass players you'll find on the men's side. You know what it is? Fognini, a lot of people just like Fognini. Look, I love Fognini. I love his game. You know, straight up Guinea, right off the boat, just like myself. I'm not off the boat, but I can say Guinea because I'm Italian. That's a really tough matchup for him, and I think that price is small. I think that price is small because a lot of people respect Fognini. But again, Fognini is a really good clay player, and Tiafoe is just a really good grass player. So a lot of value there at 135, right? 145 to me is not as favorable, John. It's not a bad play. It's not a bad option. But to me, I got it capped up at minus 155 myself. So for me, 145 still has about 10 cents of value. But maybe, John, bet the game spread, because I think you could probably get let me look at what the game spread is. You could probably get it cheaper there. Like you can lay 2 games at minus 105. So maybe lay 2 games at minus 105 with Tiafoe there instead. That would be probably the direction I would go, because I can't look, Fognini could win, of course. Fognini's a good player, but again, Tiafoe's so good on grass. It looks like a bit of an overreaction there. People love Fognini. I think that's what you're really seeing there. Fabiano, who's he playing, Greg? I think that match is Wednesday. So, Greg, I think Fabiano's playing Karlovic, but that's Wednesday. Excuse me. The issue with Karlovic is that he needs to be playing somebody who can obviously break him. Now, Fabiano could, and I know it sounds so obvious, right? You got to play somebody who can break him. Well, Karlovic's got one of the best serves in tennis, so even on grass. So for me, you gotta make sure when you look at the line, and let me see what the line is. Did I even pull it up? So Fabiano's minus 135. To me, it's tough. Like it's almost like I'm looking at that line, Greg, and I'm almost thinking like you're getting a quick overreaction, right? Like you got a player in Fabiano who just upset Tsitsipas, right? That he just upset Tsitsipas, right? I'm not misspeaking there, right? So he just upset him, and now you have to turn around and lay 135 with him against a guy in Karlovic who almost nobody breaks his serve. Now, the issue there is you basically have to assume if you're gonna lay juice with Fabiano there, Greg, you have to think or have to assume he's gonna break his serve, because if he doesn't, Karlovic's gonna win every tiebreak because the serve's gonna win him those tiebreaks. So you have to hope that Fabiano can break his serve, which I'll tell you what, Karlovic looked really good today. I really assumed the young guy he was playing would be able to grab a set off him. But so again, for me, I don't know if I would lay 135. I think you said you got 120. That's not a bad price, to be honest. I'm seeing 135 myself, so that wouldn't be a favorable spot for me. Bashvili only minus 170. Is that match tomorrow, Ray, or is that match Wednesday? That match is tomorrow. So he's playing Ward. Let me look real quick. By the way, do you guys, first of all, a question for you guys. Tennis Channel Plus. Do you guys have any idea why I can't get the Wimbledon on Tennis Channel Plus? Is there like some free streaming service that's offering it? I pay Tennis Channel Plus and I'm looking for the games. None of them were on for the Wimbledon today. Was it an issue with Tennis Channel Plus? Do any of you guys use Tennis Channel Plus? Also, the Wimbledon's fully on DirecTV, Ray? Makes sense. Okay, so I can get all the games anyway. All right, so then I'm good. Because here's the thing, am I saying Tennis Channel Plus? Am I saying that right? No. Well, there's the Tennis Channel, which is on DirecTV. Then there's Tennis Channel Plus. Okay, so DirecTV is giving you the mixed channel. Okay, so I'm good then. I'll be able to watch on DirecTV. Okay, thanks for that tidbit. Because I'm sitting there watching sweating tennis scores today on FlashScore.com. You guys ever use that? FlashScore.com or SoccerStand.com. They're the same site. I use it to get all the updated tennis scores. But like sweating a game on Flash Score or Soccer Stand is unlike any other. It's like that Gamecast shit. I fucking can't. Gamecast when they shoot the line drive to the wall and it's a fly out. It's like when you're listening to a game on the radio, and I promise you guys have had to experience this, right? Especially in a game where it's like the bottom of the 5th inning and the score is like 3-1 and you have it over 4.5, right? And there's 2 outs. right? Bases loaded, or even one guy on base, whatever. And like you're listening to it on the radio, and the ball gets hit, and the guy's like, "Holy shit, that ball was fucking tattooed! Look at that baby go, 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 go!" And it's caught at the warning track for the third out of the inning. To me, I've heard this. I hear this more on like the Nationals radio, on the Washington radio when I go up to see my dad. It's the most awful shit ever. Like it's like, whoa, what the fuck? How if you're broadcasting a game, right? You're typically in a box where you have a great eye view of the ball. So off the bat, what kind of douchebag would be like that ball is destroyed? Look at that baby go, 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 and it's caught right at the warning track for the third out of the inning, and you lose the bet. To me, it's silly. By the way, Flash Score, I assume you guys also use SoccerStand, soccerstand.com. They're basically like the same site, but not. It's almost like if you met a chick who said to you she's got like an identical twin, but like you've never met the identical twin, and like she's like, "Oh yeah, I have an identical twin. You'll love her." And like she's like, "Oh yeah, you could see her 2 days from now." And you go up and you talk, and then like 2 days later, this identical twin, you meet her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so different than the other one." That's Flash Score and SoccerStand. They're the same fucking site. When one goes down, the other goes down. I don't even know why there's two of them. They look different, but when one goes down, the other goes with it. So I don't know. I don't keep up with it. I'm not a scientist. I can't figure that shit out. I was answering somebody's question, right? Somebody asked something about it. How do you like the books in Jersey now that it's legalized? Nick, I got to be honest. The legalizing sports in Jersey, it's been like night and day. For me, I can sift between about 6 or 7 different sports books within seconds. Like I can be logged into 6 or 7 different at a time, and be able to grab myself the best price, best line. And as crazy as this sounds, there are books in Jersey that are 20 cents different than like other books, 25 cents sometimes. I know it's like, oh well, how could it be? It's crazy. It's what it is. Now, granted, maybe it's a Jersey thing that they'll kind of fix itself possibly over time. But like, I don't understand how that could be happening. And look, I'm just constantly trying to take advantage of it. So it's good, and I hope for your sake that it happens in Texas. I'm sure it'll happen in a bunch of other states as well, where you'll get a bunch of different sports books. So good luck with that. Now, do I see value with team -2.5 versus Query? Got to be honest, Jonah. I'm going to be completely off that match. Query has been hot coming into this tournament. He's got a big serve. Team's a great player, but he's more or less very good on clay, not so much on grass. It's going to be a stay away spot for me completely. How our lines are 20 cents off when we're in the same state. Exactly. And to me, it's wild. It's wild. So, Greg, you've seen it. You've seen it too, right? Where like maybe like PointsBet will be 20 cents different than FanDuel, or William Hill will be 15 cents different than DraftKings. It's just wild. Sofa Score. Is Sofa Score just like Soccer Score, or am I just saying that wrong? There's no way to fix it. Offline could be 40 cents. I'm looking FanDuel. I feel like somebody asked me a question. I was in the middle of looking for something, then I stopped. I fucking have short-term memory. What's your wins in tennis? Oh, it took you 2 days. Matty Ice Cream. For me, tennis. For me, what I care about is my ROI, which is something I have for myself for the year. I post the picks for you guys as freebies. I always tell people all the time, like I don't calculate the units for the Twitter plays, because to me, I'd rather swallow a grenade. It's just, to me, it's nauseating. I care about what my own ROI is. I bet all these games. I bet a good amount of money on them. So for me, like to worry about like what my units are for the week on Twitter, I give out like 1 or 2. I'm not a tout. Like I'm not sitting here charging for picks. I bet these games legitimately. My goal is never to sell picks. My goal is to really change, kind of to give a good paradigm shift in this industry, and kind of put you guys on the right foot. The whole idea of me selling picks won't be a thing. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Did you give out the Twins, JJ? No, I gave out the Cardinals. Go up. Tiafoe just lost to Mahut not long ago. That match, I believe, I could be wrong. I believe that was on clay. Is that right? Let me see. So I know that you guys might be looking at it and be like, oh, well, Tiafoe's coming off a few losses. You always got to keep in mind that, well, first of all, Fognini's not a good grass player. Okay, so that's number one. But Tiafoe will be fine. You always got to be concerned, especially with a player like Tiafoe that knows he's a good grass player. where his motivation comes from in those little tournaments, like a tournament like, like the one that was in, London, or like the one that was in, was that Heredia? The one that was in the Netherlands, Hergen Bosch, or whatever the fuck. You always gotta be concerned about motivation. Like, so you could look at the games and be like, oh well, he didn't play well at all in that one tournament. But like, you gotta understand, like, Tiafoe grabbed 3 wins last year in Wimbledon. I mean, he's a good grass player, and he's a guy that will be up for this tournament. And again, he's definitely going to outmatch Fognini. Now, look, on any given day, Fognini could beat Tiafoe without a doubt. I mean, Fognini's a great player. But again, for me, it's an advantage spot. You're getting a short price based on some recent data that's on Tiafoe. So I really like the small price there. Sports betting, turn on donations. I don't need the money. For me, I'll be honest, guys. I tell you guys this all the time. Like, oh, and by the way, I will talk on the SharpSide giveaway here in a second. For me, like, if you guys want to help me, I don't need your money. For me, like, it's all about the exposure. Like, do what you can to tell people about your friends, your sisters, your brothers. Tell people about the channel. Help me grow a bit. I don't need your money. I do fine, all right, financially, but I could definitely use the exposure. Because I'm definitely trying to really help this industry, and it really helped me out a lot. If you could help me grow with SharpSide, help me grow within their network as well. That would be really helpful for me. So that's ultimately what I'm hoping for in the near future, and really hope you guys could help me out there. The Fognini game is, let me see, what time is the Fognini game? The Fognini game, it says it's at 11 tomorrow. I can promise you that game will not be played at 11. That game will be played probably at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me see here. So SharpSide, we're doing a pretty cool giveaway. Let me ask you this. Anybody in here play daily fantasy sports? I know a bunch of you guys bet on sports. Do you guys play daily fantasy sports? Or at least dabble in daily fantasy sports? Okay. So the sports betting. How many guys here have downloaded the SharpSide app? Like the SharpSide app where you can kind of like track your picks, you can kind of like use it to track your picks and your units, how much you're up, how much you're down. I assume some of you guys maybe use like the Action Sports Network or some other third-party tracker, but like you can use that app specifically to track your own plays, and then like you can like use your plays to track it against friends. It's a pretty cool app. But what we're offering here is, let me just pull up all the info. I don't want to misspeak on you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so as of today, there's a SharpSide streak contest. It starts today. It ends July 31st at midnight. Completely free to enter. Again, free, no charge. And again, if you're looking to help me, I mean, this helps me for you guys entering this. $1,500 cash is up for grabs. First place gets a G. Second place gets 300. Third place gets 200. And places 4 through 10 are going to receive a free month of RotoGrinders Premium, which includes a lot of cool stuff. Like access to their back-end analytics, which is stuff I'm trying to help make better on the sports betting side. The back-end analytics for baseball. You get full access to the Kevin Ross weather, which is excellent. Derek Carty's bat, which when you go on Fangraphs, you might see like the bat in there. That's Derek Carty. He works for RotoGrinders as well. So that'll be free. And again, the user with the longest streak, it's all about streak. So it's all about pick and play and just having the longest streak. The length of the current active streak at the contest's end will determine the final leaderboard. In the case of any ties, the contestants will split. You build the streak by locking bets in the SharpSide app. You don't necessarily, I could be mistaken, I don't think you have to do anything specifically to enter. I think you just have to continue to pick. Let me load up the app real quick. See if I can just confirm that. I don't want to misspeak here. So it's as simple as, let me see, my bets, pick a bet. Let's see. Free to enter, strong emphasis on needed structure if it's available. Okay, so when you make a bet on SharpSide, and if you haven't downloaded the SharpSide app, it's on the iTunes Store or Google Play. When you make a bet, it's all your lock bets that determine the streak. You can only make one lock bet a day, and that's what's going to determine your streak. So that's ultimately, you make those bets. And again, it's free. You'd be crazy not to. Again, we're trying to get more exposure to the app. So as you use the app to track your own bets and your own plays, shoot me a message like, hey, I think this specifically could be better. And keep in mind, I'm working on the back end to try to make the app better as well. But again, your user experience is very helpful for me. So let me know what you think about it. Because we're trying to be different. We're trying to, Christian, in that regard, we're trying to be different than the Action Network. But we need to know from you guys what you may want to, what you may see out of the app, but that you'd want differently or done differently, right? So that's ultimately the true goal that we're striving for. But again, completely free, guys. Enter, make some lock bets, and again, first place will get $1,000 on FanDuel in their daily fantasy sports account. Second place will get $300. Third place will get $200. And again, places 4 through 10 get that free month of RG Premium. So again, it's crazy, silly not to. It's all free. Okay, so JJ, I have Tiafo -1.5 for 133 or -145. What do you think? I know you said minus. So for me, -145 is a little high, Jerry. I'd probably prefer -1.5 games myself. But again, I wouldn't want to lay -145. Again, I have capped up there at -155. So however you guys want to spin it, that's where I bet. So again, it was value play for me, which is always the case, because you always get like if I go on like a 3-game bender where I lose 3 in a row, people are like, what kind of dumbass pick was that? You guys, you understand? Like I'm all about value plays. That's my thing. It's always been my thing. That's never going to change. Or anything for the MMA bettors on the SharpSide app. I don't. You mean to make MMA selections? I don't know if MMA is in there yet. Let me just confirm real quick. Or if it is, I don't see any. Let me see, NBA. Okay, so no MMA yet. It's baseball, basketball, NHL, NFL, college basketball, college football. That's what's in there. So that's what you're gonna find in the app. How about a Sports with Facts group contest? Sports with Facts group. I could do something. Yeah, I could do something for you guys. Some type of contest. I'll come up with something fun. Get you guys involved. Let me see if I missed any questions. Probably going to wrap up soon in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Is there any questions that any of you guys have that I didn't answer, or any comments you want to make? You want to call me a dickhead or a douchebag or whatever, or call me a queer because I'm drinking out of my lemon glass with a lemon in it, drinking from a copper straw. Something through the app. Oh yeah, I'll be able to do some. I'll definitely be able to do. We'll definitely have our own promo. We'll probably have a promo, Joey, where I'll pick my lock bets for a month, and we'll probably give away, like RG Premium stuff for people that have a better record than me, something like that. We'll do something where it's all free for you guys. Thoughts on the conference draws? No, I got to be honest. That was the goal. The goal was to be a little extra. Joey, comment on the Twins tomorrow. Let me see. Minnesota is at Oakland. I gotta be honest. I probably prefer Oakland in that spot, just based on the price. I mean, Mengden's like better than people think, and Odorizzi can be a mud at times, especially on the road. I'd probably lean Oakland, but again, that would only be a lean. It would not be any type of crazy bet. Yeah, max bet parlay, exactly, Leonard. That's what we do here. We bet max unit parlays here. You're an idiot if you're not, morons. Thought on the hot dog eating contest. I haven't even looked at the hot dog eating contest myself. I guess Chestnut's probably a ridiculous favorite, right? He's probably like something crazy. What's going on, Enrique from Venezuela? Nice. What part of Jersey? I'm from North Jersey, so I'm over in Wayne. How tall are you? I'm 6'3" with heels on, Georgie, but without heels, I'm 6 foot tall. Something through the app. Okay, so to wrap up here, just to confirm, again, I'm betting Tiafo. I already bet Tiafo -135, -134. No, -135. I bet Flaherty at -134. So again, Cardinals bet -134. Tiafoe minus 135. Do not price climb here, folks. If you watch this video tomorrow, and by the time you watch it, Tiafoe's minus 150 or Flaherty's minus 150. Again, so no bet. You're in Edison. Harry, there's a Top Golf in Edison. I'm sure you're aware of it. Place is the shit. It can turn non-golfers into golfers. That's the kind of shit I like. So for me, with regards to the bets, again, don't price climb because again, both these bets could lose, and you guys would be like, "Oh, you guys will motherfuck the shit out of me." Again, I play prices. Okay, both these lines are about 15 to 20 cents off. The Cardinals line is in my opinion, the Cardinals line is definitely 20 cents off. Tiafoe line definitely debatable, but again, Tiafoe's a great grass player. I would expect him to really show up tomorrow. Just wondering what you think is 5 inches enough. Are you Jazzy, are you a grower or a shower? It matters because if you're a grower and you're starting at 5 inches, you're probably getting up to like fucking a ruler, which you'll be able to be in pornos if you wanted. If you're a grower and you're hitting 5, I mean, at least if you run into a brick wall, you won't break your nose. I mean, to me that's something right there. So I'd trade up. I said it. Okay, so again, guys, that wraps up this live session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys had a decent time. It's all about the girth, Jane. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys had a good time. I will have a video. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off on this tomorrow, but I will have a video. On Wednesday night for on SharpSide, I believe, for a free play. And then I'll have a video on Thursday night on my channel. And then I'll be back Saturday night for Sunday Night Baseball, which has been good. Yes, I will do more of these. I will definitely try to have one live video a week. So again, I'll try to also do one of these on a weekend so that we can probably get more people involved. And a lot of you guys work. So we'll do more of these. I don't think my dad's going to have videos this week. He's in the Bahamas. He's probably snorkeling right now, his fat ass. But oh no, I don't think he's gonna have videos. But again, I'll keep you guys going on Twitter. So definitely give me a follow there. I will catch you guys in the next few days. Again, thanks again.